25% of the month of July. There you go, guys. Well, let's say, there you go. And it's because of you. Like, this is like not exactly something I'd want to do. It does put me at a little bit of risk, but this is what I had to do. All right, so thanks. You should not have to get your money this way, but this is what have to happen. Talking to Clown today, he says, I think you'll get paid. And I think he'll finally turn around and get paid. And I said, yes, he will get paid. If he thinks he has the cloud capital not to pay me, he won't pay me. If he doesn't think he has, he will pay me.
I get to move on with my life. You know? Yeah, I don't know. I feel like, is war with Keemstar going to happen now? We'll see, I guess. The thing is, like, I can't be friends with somebody who's going to fight me at every turn if I criticize them publicly. And it's not even them. It's like, it's their show as well. So, I mean, it's sad, but, like, it's inevitable, I guess. Whatever. Either we need to come to a solid understanding, or that's it. I don't know. I mean, I do YouTube drama. This is not a network where I could just selectively cover stories. Be more aggressive. Thanks, Smaggle. Thanks for your kind words. Okay, because I told him in the beginning and the end that I was live and they could hear me. And I asked him if he wanted me to mute, and he said he didn't care. He called you to yell about streaming his content. He knew. No, I know. I know. What should Boogie's punishment? Like, I saw this today. Woke up excited about the show. 0 upvotes. Keem's not going to pay Tommy the July check. Keem's crashing out bad. He's still seething about Tommy, Chud, Smaggle, and Nick. He says he'll be the full-time host with occasional guest host. Boogie's on his knees sucking Keem's ass. He's getting felted by DSP on Kino Casino and oh, I forgot that was happening at the same time. That's what I expected. Keem can't be hands-off. It's his project, but okay. Keem is auditioning free labor. Oh, God. The only thing that we don't know is if that initial job for the art was paid. It's still shitty to do an art contest to try to get free content, but if they're paying that main person, it's slightly less bad, I guess. Just want to say that before I get accused of making up narratives and lying if I wasn't there when that got announced. Oh, I'm sorry. Tommy called me. I was on Discord muted. Hey.
I'm on stream?
Yeah, is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's been a night. Holy shit.
What would happen?
I gotta put my mouse on charge. Thank you for being here. This is what my new mouse is not wired anymore, and I forgot to charge it. Yeah, so I kind of took essentially what happened tonight is I kind of took the risk because I heard that Keem was dropping insane cope in the member stream.
Yeah.
So I just fired up the fucking thing. I just listened to that. Yeah, that was a pretty risky maneuver, I will say so myself.
I will say I saw that. I did see you do. And I was wondering, I was like, is that a good idea? But
I kind of said if he strikes me, I'll just call him a fucking loser or whatever, and I'll kind of take it. But yeah, so he's taking it. But again, I go into the thing and he's talking about me. So it's like, I don't know. I don't really. He's talking about lyrics. He's talking about me. He's talking about Chud. He's mad about the Chud Logic stream that we all kind of thought was funny a couple days ago, and I guess he didn't find it funny when we were talking about you and stuff. And yeah, he said so he's not paying you for the month of July. They're doing bounties now, because instead of not wanting people to go on any channels, they're doing bounties now, where essentially they're begging people to clip the stream, and they're going to start giving people like 5s and 10s and 100s or whatever if their clips get a lot of views. So that's a new thing they're doing.
I heard that. I did hear that.
And so they're begging people to do free labor, to do AI shorts for the channel, and just to contribute so they don't have to pay anybody else. Keemstar's taking your job full time. And he says he's going to be working harder than ever after feigning that he was going to quit for 6 months. Yeah, it's just like a lot of crazy shit. And I'm wondering if partially this is because DSP is on Kino Casino.
Oh, is he staying?
Well, right now. He's on it right now.
Oh, he's on it right now. Oh, that was a good move on their part, huh?
It's interesting that this podcast doesn't want to have any of this discourse publicly, I guess, right?
Yeah.
When their whole thing was they turn on the camera.
Well, you remember we were supposed to be able to use the we were supposed to be able to use the DMs in chat for content and stuff like that. But I was pretty sure if I ever did that, it was leaking DMs.
Yeah, well, they said on there that like Boogie was like, Connor should not, like, these people, the editors should not become the content, and it's like, didn't we fucking bitch out D-Max because you were begging him to fight with Wings on Twitter? Like, what?
I don't know.
That was the big thing. Is like, that was one of the things. Like, I'm not comfortable doing that or whatever. And he's like, dude, just come on. Like, this is an opportunity for you. You could just. Yeah.
Well, I. How about this? It all comes down to he doesn't know how to run the show. He doesn't know.
I thought he wasn't running the show. That's why I'm confused.
Well, of course he was. He owns it. Like I said, he owns it lock, stock, and barrel. He doesn't know what he's doing.
He kind of admitted a lot of the show was fake now by saying that, like, he just went with what Wings said. Wings said they own 25% shares, so he misled the audience.
Well, once he fired me, then
it was obvious.
It was obvious. There's no coming back to it. He's obviously decided to own it because. The whole thing is a bunch of bullshit.
Well, they were talking about, like, one of his people don't even point this out, right? Yeah. That he said that one of the big fuck you moments was like for why he was. So he said it's not even just Tommy that we have to do NDAs because Wings leaked the hypothetical for how much I'd have to pay out Boogie if we fired him from the show, right?
What? I have no fucking the hypothetical. There's no hypothetical. There's no
percentage shares.
There's
like
no percentage.
He was running this like he was telling people that. I'm 99% sure I've heard him literally say those words. So now it's like, okay.
You know what the funny thing is? The only people that ever leaked any financials were Wings, and Boogie.
Yeah.
And I've never done it once.
And you didn't fake cancer. Yeah. And now he's like, well, Tommy vapes a lot.
Yeah.
That's what he said to me. It's like, Tommy vapes a lot.
Keep smoke and that keeps cigarettes out of my mouth. That's the point.
Like, you're just lazy and you don't have a lot of energy and you vape a lot. Why didn't you fake cancer, fucking asshole? You know how much content we could have made off you? He doesn't understand what the straight guy is supposed to be when the two cows are around.
This kind of goes back to what I was telling him before. He doesn't know what he's doing. He didn't know what he was doing as bait. It's a radio type atmosphere. It's what I sort of specialize in, and he doesn't know what he's doing. Casino does know what they're doing. It's even like a modern internet person. He just doesn't know what he's doing. I don't know if
Nicholas DeOrio.
Like he came up in a different time, but he never truly got like the sort of you had the two guys going back and forth, and you had the sniper. What happened during beta? He said, "Well, you're not contributing enough." Even though then I'd be talking over anybody. So I contribute more than I'm talking more. He just.
I gotta hold on before you say that. Thank you, Siskeffels, for the donation. But fucking, he said specifically in the stream that I was watching that Tommy's best stuff he was doing was like in the first episode.
Yeah, but which is the stuff he had the problem with.
That's the episode that he quotes is the one where you always talk over everybody.
I'm almost a little tired of doing like the contradiction thing with Keem, because like I keep on bringing up Turkey Tom's baited video, right? And at one point he says, and it always bothered me. Not that it bothered me that he said it because nobody really understands why it broke up. Well, it broke up for all the reasons you researched and all the reasons I said the last time. He is a completely out of control, reactionary person. You're doing good the 1 minute. You're not doing good the next. You saw it, and it's kind of gotten worse. He's calmed down a little bit, but it's kind of gotten worse with firing. Like, his emotions rule everything. So we're getting rid of Connor. We're getting rid of this. We're moving this guy. Chupacabra didn't do what I wanted to. Like, you can't read. He's like a woman. If you can't read his mind, that there's some kind of problem. And he's had a lot of success, so you can't really challenge him.
Yeah.
Because you can always pull out the "I've been more successful than you" card. And look at the thing with the NDA. When it became clear like the NDA just wasn't going to help anybody or do anything or mean anything or even be legal or enforceable, it became about, I'm going to get Tommy C to sign this NDA. Who cares that it doesn't mean anything? It's just that I'm going to do it. It's like I can do this sort of attitude, and that's what this is now. Like, I'm going to be putting more time. I'm going to work twice as hard. Great, I'm not going to care. I don't give a shit one way or another. But he's probably thinking like, I'm brewing and coping and seething. I know all this is going to happen, and because he doesn't know what he's doing when it comes to this kind of stuff. He can't work in a team environment. The only team environment he's ever worked in was mom's basement because there was a guy he couldn't tell to fuck off. Everything else has failed. Every single thing. Every single thing he's done. So
What do you think about all the positive support that you've been getting, though?
Oh, it's mind blowing.
Not a lot of people get to go back in time and do the same thing twice and do better the second time.
Well, Vito wrote me. He goes, agreeing to go into business with that scumbag was a blunder. No, it wasn't. That's if I didn't know the ultimate result. And I was and I knew it was coming sooner than later when I told you about when it got back together after the games attorney thing. That's just like, oh my God, it's like he can't run anything. He can't do anything. So my whole thing was stay out of his way, let him do the thing, and try to pick up the pieces every time he makes a blunder. And
yeah,
he fucks it up. And that's pretty much what I did.
That's kind of been my policy with the show, and it's basically why I haven't covered it in the past year, because I don't really like the direction it's gone in. And I know if I do streams like this, it's just going to burn the bridge.
Ooh. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, there probably comes a time where you can't keep bitching about him and then helping him out, Nick.
No, I mean that's how everything else works. It's like if you do a bad show, we call it bad, and then like we're cool because that's not like the foundation. But he takes everything as a personal attack. Every critique, everything is a personal. Of
course, that's not new.
It's my stand. He thinks that like I'm out to get him on every front when half the internet thinks I suck his dick on every drama. It's like insane.
Yeah, I know. And there's
no winning. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no winning that. So I knew, like, people was like, how did you do it? Because I knew there was no winning going in. I knew do my best, get myself out there. It's a good opportunity. Let people know what I'm doing. And like, if you remember, when people did start complaining about the way they're handling things, I went in the comments, and I don't do what he does. I don't like, remember, I was thinking this the other day. Remember I had, like, a handful, like, he told you, like, Tommy's getting too many complaints. And then he like showed you one, and then you showed him all the positive ones that I was getting in some of the first episodes.
Yeah, I brought that up to him directly. I said you selectively pick out comments when you can look at this video, and 98% of the comments about Tommy are how great he is in episode 3 or whatever. You can go back the first few episodes. I don't remember which specific episode it was, but Tommy made like a change, and he stopped like quote unquote interrupting people all the time, and the whole comment section was happy about it. And then he posted in the group chat like 3 or 4 messages. Just saying like, yeah, look, see, they still fucking hate you, Tommy. I'm like, what are you talking about? I sent him like 7 that were like a 300 upvotes or something attached to them, and it's just like,
well, this is the emotional stuff I'm talking about. He just sees the one thing, and I said it during my stream.
No, he's tunnel visioned. He looks for things that are. He thinks that like everything he says is correct, so he goes out of his way to go find the person who agrees with him, so that they can reinforce his bias.
What do you call somebody that does that? And then this is like, obviously past successes aside, he sucks. Yeah. That's what you say. He sucks. He sucks at this job. He has no management skills. He's a good idea guy, good performer. But other than this, as far as management goes, he's terrible at it. He's incompetent. I mean, that's it. That's the truth. And I knew that. I going in. I only started getting on my nerves just before I went on vacation because I told everybody yesterday. I told everybody on my DayZ stream that I was thinking about walking, and you were like, not tonight. I told the story when you were like, nope, stick this one out. But I'm not.
Yeah, I literally said it. We literally came to a boiling point the night of the Destiny stream. I told you, shut the fuck up and not tonight. You can quit tomorrow. Don't quit tonight.
Yeah, not tonight.
By the way, Boogie's saying that you quit the show now. That's the new narrative. That you've quit the show.
That was one of the biggest reasons I signed the NDA. Because I wouldn't. That's why I wanted to record the conversation, because I knew when I refused to sign it, or they refused to come in and like I would have signed it at like one line, right? They would have just said I quit.
Oh, and major point. Did they know that you had plans on Saturday night? Did you say that in the group chat at any time?
Yes.
Okay, so so they just straight up lied, like doing the whole. Okay, so all the feigning, like, where's Tommy? Because he's like, the idea was to get Tommy on there to fight with me and to just come in and triumphantly, and he wouldn't cam up and get on. And it's totally I call that out immediately. It's totally fake.
That is the fake drama right there. That is complete crap. So what happened is Thursday. We had our meeting. Everybody walked away. It was amicable. We all agreed on stuff. They did their biggest thing. Get this, their biggest worry. Like, this is what Wings and Boogie wanted to stress to me the most. I don't want to wing it. We don't want to wing it. We don't want to go in there. We want to plan. We want a meeting. We want to do this. That the other thing is 100% correct. We got a lot to talk about. We can do this. And then their big thing was we just want to go through the docket. All right. And I said, you know what? Use a docket to finish that last second hour. That's all you have to do. You touch on that stuff towards the end. As like you do it like Stern. You do the news at the end of the show. And everybody was cool. then they told me, and I don't know how
What
this
is
got
Bunty
fucked
King
up.
to you?
This may be
A person?
between them.
Who
I
is
did,
Bunty
my
King?
eyebrows raised, but I didn't care
Nicholas
because
DeOrio?
I didn't want to go on until Tuesday. They said that Keem only wants us to do 1 a week and 2 if the drama's hot.
Yeah.
Right? And I said, that's weird, but okay.
But
sure.
my understanding doesn't. I'm confused. So they said that Keem only wants 1 per week.
Yeah.
So then why did they move the stream up a day?
So, all right. So here's that this is when the trigger happens. They come back and tell him this. He freaks out and he puts the fear of God of them. And they're like, let's stream now. Let's stream now. So they throw out everything they said about winging it and not having a plan. They were like, let's just go. Let's go now. Let's take advantage of this. What have you. And I said, wait a minute. I already made plans. We already came to an agreement. I was like, I could do it Sunday, but I'm definitely not. It's not happening Saturday. So that's when the stream went up.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
That was clearly coordinated between him and. I mean, some guy called me yesterday and said, "I don't think Keem's that smart." You don't think Keem's that smart to say, "Hey, Boogie, go on and stream. Who cares what happens?"
I think it should be. I don't think Boogie's that smart to like.
No, Boogie's
but
not that smart.
Boogie was just retarded enough that it looked like it was a total work. Because every time Boogie does the fake confidence, you know he's lying. That's his tell. You know what I mean?
I don't think,
like if you ever play poker with Boogie and he starts going like, "Yeah, oh don't worry, I got this in the bag." Like something's up.
Yeah, he doesn't have any cards.
Yeah,
that's what it means. I mean, he's terrible. He's so bad at it.
Like if he starts talking about how he's gonna commit suicide, he's like, "My fucking life is so fucking terrible." This guy's got like multiple aces in his hand. Like it's dude's a total monster. The thing is, like, it's so fucked because like I avoid talking about this podcast, but like this Keemstar, not even Keemstar, this Boogie cancer drama is like so fucking big that like it's like months revenue worth of drama. It's like really like impactful shit. So I have to talk about it, and it's just like I can't, like, everyone else is allowed to make regular critiques of it, but I have to be like, well, I just want everyone to know I am friends with Keemstar. Okay, we're cool. All right, before I negatively speak about this show. And by the way, he's doing a great job. It's everyone around him that just they don't have the respect. Okay.
I remember hearing that.
Yeah, I know.
It's the respect for Keemstar. If we just had respect, the shows would be funny. Yeah.
That's the thing, Tommy. You just lacked respect. You lack audition for him.
Is that what he said? That's what he said during Beta. I want to break it because you and Klein don't respect me. Like I think he's just a manipulator. Yeah, he really is just the same as Boogie. He's just a little better with the lies, but not much. It's really. I always like how he called me like a liar and he's lying about the NDA, and it would be so easy just to like drop the NDA. I remember Connor like called me on vacation like, "You got to give me the NDA. They're calling you a liar." I'm like, "Fuck you. I'm holding on to it." like they would have dropped it right now if I wasn't lying, Connor. They would have put it out there and say, "Look, this NDA is completely sound and smart." And then I released it. The few people that actually looked at the fucking thing. We're like, this NDA is completely insane.
Yeah, the framing of that is that you leaked it immediately, and you're like, but it was I didn't. I understand there was a 2-week span in between you getting it and then releasing it, and there was like discussion that happened internally before it came to that.
Well, yeah, there was discussion. There was no, I'm not going to do this politely, and then there was demands, and I was a little less polite, and then there was threats, and then I put it out there. And I just let everybody know how ridiculous this was, because that's what he responds to. Because, like, I mean, I suppose you could have said, like, why don't you sit down with him? There's no sitting down with him. If I sit down with him, he tells everybody I quit. I mean, like, I knew not to do that. So no Boogie's running around saying I quit. I never quit. And I kept on posting that because look at some of my tweets like 2 days ago. I never quit the podcast. I opened up with it.
You're like Jeffrey Epstein. You're like, I was not suicidal. I was not suicidal.
Yeah. I mean, and then they say I quit. No, I know you didn't quit. They're and now Keem's a thief. Because if you didn't give me the money for July, that's stealing.
When I talked to him, I don't know if I doubt chat could hear specifically what he said, but he said like, I guess I'll have to discuss that with Tommy, because I said like if I go on vacation for my job and they fire me, I get paid for my vacation. That was just discussed ahead of time.
No, it's going to be the entire month because I told them ahead of time. And when you do work, you go on vacation, you get paid. There was no in the shares that we didn't get. There was no agreement that we didn't get paid vacation. Like, get the fuck.
That's why it just comes off as so performative. Like, why would you let this guy go on vacation? Like, they're like, oh, thank God Tommy's going on vacation. We can finally build a narrative without him here to like make where people can remember they like him, so we can get him off the show.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's like the week the show gets big is like the week they shit can you
Of course,
again.
that's when I knew it was over, because when it I knew that it was over, because I knew when he saw all this money, and he would, like, I just told you before, like, he sees something, he gets about, he makes moves, he moves the chess pieces. I said that offline, I've said it in my stream. So I knew when the money coming in, he was going to move twice as many chess pieces.
Look,
You know,
I know that you're not going to care about this, but like I legitimately like apologize for getting you, Connor, and even like D-Max wrapped up in this fucking show. I understand that you were cool with it. This is not the same as the first time or whatever. Things even went better, but I genuinely like apologize for getting you guys wrapped up in this podcast. If I knew where this direction was going completely, and I probably should have, but
I can't accept your apology because it was fun. You know, and I had a different attitude. You know, I'm a lot old. Like, I was 39. You know, I was only I was out of work. I was 39 years old. I was going through a divorce. You know, I was just out of the army, angry as fuck. You know, I'm a different guy now, and I also know this commentary thing is good or better than anybody on the planet. You know, I'm an expert. That's what people kind of pay to listen to my show for, because like they want to hear takes on commentary. I'm really good at it. Like, nothing happened here. If I were to bitch, right? Like, let's say I was somebody else, and I saw this exact same situation unfold. I was like, that guy's a fucking idiot. He worked for Keemstar.
Yeah.
You know, so I can't do it. I am a little confused why you're surprised, but
I'm surprised it lasted this long and then did it. I thought it would kind of go down and like, well, if this is gonna blow up, it'll blow up in like 3 weeks. I didn't expect this to be successful and then bad. I kind of expected it to either go one or the other.
I wanted all the money. I mean, even if he's, you know.
Well, yeah, that's what happened. And I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we're defending Jordy here a bunch because Jordy's been relatively fine. But I'm wondering if, like, well, now they only split the money 3 ways. Now they're splitting it 33, 33, 33. It looks like a move was made.
I could see Keem saying, "Look, I'm taking most of it." I could see a situation like that. Let me give you a perfect fucking example. Let's let the cat out of the bag, because you've been so kind. Either way, I can't let you apologize to me. You made me, you know, $2,000 a month for the last like 8 or 9 months. So I'm never gonna apologize. But let's let the cat out of the bag. Klein was real close to coming back and doing Baited, and after last episode.
Oh, thank God you leaked it, not me. Keem said I was on the phone with Keem, and he said, "All right, chat. That's okay. Thank you. Holy fuck!" Because Keem said it, I whipped my phone away because I didn't want a chance for that audio to come through, because I didn't want to fuck that for everybody.
So that's my gift to you. That's to show you that I have nothing to apologize for, because I just gave you that. Yeah, and it was so fun. Like, which I
so it's done now. It's done. That's over.
I left the message, but you saw it, so you can back me up on this. I show everybody this. During my stream, when he fired me, he wrote in there, "We're still doing Baited, right?" And I showed you that thing. I just left. I should have screenshotted it, but I just left the fucking thing.
I feel so relieved that you just leaked that organically.
Like, well, yeah, that's it. I'm not,
because I was nervous because he's talking about how I ruined his business ventures, and then he blabbed that he was going to fucking do Baited still, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, like, I don't know if Klein would have came on. He was getting closer to it.
Yeah.
I don't know how he feels about this situation, but now I'm not doing it.
Okay, now you've actually leaked something. Oh, thank God.
Yeah,
Fuck me.
Yeah, there you go. We're live in front of everybody.
Okay, all right. Yeah, so that's over now because you said it on here.
But
you were done. You were done before this. Yeah. Right?
No. Well, I just found it shocking after he fired me. I get a thing that I was still in. I wasn't kicked out of that group, where he tells, like, there's 2 clown accounts. There's his account. He said something about we're still doing Baited, and nobody responded to him. Right, and I just left the fucking conversation. I just left that, like, fine. When I saw the money thing that he wasn't going to pay me, which I'm not terribly surprised about.
I was kind of shocked that he just fired you from this, and he said that you're boring and you don't give a fuck, and then he wanted to immediately go to work with you in the next podcast.
He wanted to do Baited. Yeah, he wanted to do Baited. Well, now
I mean, obviously, you're not going to do this a 3rd time. It's just like that broke my brain when I saw it. So yeah, that's another thing.
I hadn't completely. If he had paid me, right? If he had paid me the money he owes me, because now he's a thief. If he had paid me the money he owes me for the month of July, and that's all of July, vacation fucking included. There's no agreement to non-paid vacations, and the fact that I took over for him, you know, for like 2 months when he didn't want to stream, like I wasn't totally willing to push that out, because Clown said something like, if I come back, I'm handling the money. And if he was handling the money, then I would probably went back to Baited. But then now that's not happening now. Absolutely. You'd have to pay me ahead of time before the money comes out. You'd pay me like right now if that were even a mild consideration.
It's a shame because I mean that podcast came back and it was really good when it was back.
But it can't work. It can't work for the same reason Lolcow can't work. The same reason Baited can't work at the same time. He's crazy. There's nothing wrong. There is some kind of fucking mental illness there. I don't know what it is. I'm not an expert. I have my theories. But yeah, he keeps doing the same thing over and over again. That's insanity, right? You know?
Because I'm partial. In my opinion, I feel like he likes Baited. He likes that time period of his life. He liked doing that podcast.
I think he wants to do it again. Where he sees himself at the center of attention. The one thing, and winning, right? Like, he thinks he won the last Baited thing. Clown won it. You know, the little debate.
But it is known as, like, the 10 episodes was his redemption arc. That's how it's viewed, is, like, he confronted each of his people. Like, Clown helped him. He played a big role. But, like, that's why there's only 12 canon episodes of Baited. Everything else is filler. You watch the first 10 and the next 2.
I threw everything into it, including my reputation, to get him off the hook on that one, too. And what was I rewarded for? He was already talking to Clown about it. It was the same thing as Lee was talking to you about. Talking to Clown about.
But the thing is, you did the right thing because he was in the right in that situation. Those guys fucking lied about him. Grade and Leafy, those guys fucked him.
Oh, yeah.
That was the right thing to do.
Yeah,
he fucked you. You paid for it. But you did a good thing. You got fucked over for it.
Yeah, exactly. So, no, that's it. If there's a Baited coming back, it's just Clown and Kane. It has nothing to do with me. Yeah. Like, no fucking way.
So what are you gonna do now? What's your next move?
I don't know. Ride SFTP out till people get bored of me. we
should call Clown and set up that podcast we were talking about in 2019.
You know what I thought of? I'm gonna float this. You want me to float another one? I thought it would be hysterical if we did a weekly drama pod. Me, Willie Mack, and Smaggle Daggle.
That would be sick.
Sick, yes. And I'm willing to do it. I've been trying to call him all day. Me, Willie Mack, and Smaggle Daggle. It would be talking about drama and abuse Smaggle the whole fucking episode. I think it would be great. I think Smaggle would be down.
That would be a legitimately awesome show. Yeah. I actually would find myself watching that.
It's a bit of Baited. Me and him can argue, you know, and it's a bit of Lolcow, and it's all smashed together. You know, if have Willie talk to me. Maybe he'll let me. That's the thing. That's probably my next move. You know, do one more podcast, and me and Smaggle. You have one video maker, you have the streamer, and then you have the retard. You know, I think it would be an amazing podcast. And now's the time to hit it. You know. So, there you go. Yeah, me, Willie Mack, and Smaggle Daggle.
So Willie's good for it. I just don't know, is Willie going to be active enough to schedule a podcast?
I don't know. I got to tell you,
because he's got like a girlfriend and a whole thing.
Let's not talk about it anymore. Let's Smaggle just throw me. Hold on a second.
Do it on Kick. Do not do it on Kick. Do not listen to anything Niece Lone Wolf says. She'll send you to Rumble. Do it on YouTube where there's money.
Yeah. Smaggle just really is down for it. Smaggle, let me get in touch with Willie and then maybe a meeting. It's kind of on Willie, and it's just like Nick said, like,
dude, I mean, listen, Kai Cenat's going to talk to Kamala Harris. Aiden Ross just had Trump on. Smaggle. Why don't you have RFK on? Why don't you interview him? You should try to book. You could probably book that interview off this fucking off the high.
Or the new vice president and candidate. Have him on. He looks like a good time.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Oh man, shit. He's fucking Ralph Francis. Good. They're the only ones standing up against genocide in Gaza. Get the fuck out of it. Ralph talking about fucking the Palestinians is like, you know, like listen to Destiny talk about nonviolence. I mean, it's really funny. Like he acts like he gives a shit so much about the fucking.
Speaking of Destiny, that was my thing. Is like it feels like Keem didn't take away the correct things when he was pulling away from the Boogie situation. Like when that cash cow finally dried up or whatever, he's like, yeah, dude, we did a great job. But it's like, yeah, you did, but that's not why it was successful. Mutahar, Destiny, like without them, this story doesn't exist. You're just talking about your vacation, like your 4th of July party.
The way I see it is like when I used to make a lot of money when iDubbbz made a content cop. That's the way I saw it. I knew it could last, but like.
Yeah, but he's not implementing things into the show. He's taking that as confirmation bias of like, I always knew this show was this good.
I'm a
and
genius.
then and then he drops 10,000 viewers on the next episode, and he's
You know who knew that was gonna happen? Wings.
Yeah.
Wings said we're never gonna hold that much, but if we can hold like we were averaging around 2,000-3,000, if we could hold 5 or 6,
and they did,
even
they fucking
did.
Success.
Yeah, it's success. So that's the best way you can do it. Like I don't think like if he think like that's kind of the way it's. We're not pulling 10,000 Wings. Boogie, you're doing something wrong. Not just it was an organic fucking event, and a lot of people in there never were going to sign up no matter what. But the ones we get are still better than nothing. He doesn't look at things that way. I think like a lot of that kind of attitude, the way he looked at it, like the way he went into YouTube and having that kind of attitude probably really helped in the early days.
What is Bunty King
to you?
Have
to be a little more sophisticated.
Who is Bunty King?
YouTube. You got to be like you. You got to be smart. You got to know the algorithm. You got to talk to other people. You got to network. He just kind of like sort of Aries bulled his way through everything, and it worked for so long, and it doesn't work anymore. He's a dinosaur. He's a dinosaur. It's not. And then the other thing is like with the NDA and stuff like that, it doesn't work. It would have worked like 6 years ago when all his fucking fans are 13. Now those 13-year-olds are 21.
Yeah.
I mean, like if they're still around,
you either leave YouTube as a PewDiePie fan, or you grow into an Ethan Ralph fan.
There you go.
I think that the audiences are very similar. They just got older and angrier.
Yeah, and they want more pedo stories, but
well, to be fair, that's all we're feeding them. If you feed a dog table food, it's gonna keep asking for table food.
That is a very good point. So there you go. That's too fucking funny. But like I'm watching my comments, like I can't believe that Keemstar is this a big piece of shit. I was like, you never saw Nicholas DeOrio's video a couple years ago? You never like watched any of my stuff? Oh, that's right. I was lying. I mean, that's just the way it is. I'm not even that mad at him. And strangely enough, it's just and it's not some kind of feigning some humility or some kind of move. I just don't give a fuck. I've been through so many internet wars over the years.
I just kind of feel bad because I think he kind of Mama Maxed me. If I'm being like transparent about it, I feel like I kind of got Mama Maxed a couple minutes ago, and it's like I feel bad, but like I don't know if there's another way to go about this. Like I don't know like if. I mean, I cover YouTube drama. I just can't go to business with this guy ever or do anything involving his projects and avoid him. And then we could probably maintain a friendship.
You and Willie made the right move.
Yeah.
But it's only going to be like, look, it's going to be a parasitic friendship. It's never going to be a true friendship. You're using him, he's using you. That's the only kind of relationship.
It's always good when there's no business. When there's no business, it's fine.
Yeah, he's a funny guy. He's funny. He's a really interesting guy. He's got a lot of insight. He laughs a lot. There's a lot of good things about his personality, but he's parasitic, and that's the way he is. I knew that. I was being as big a parasite as he was. That's why I never got pissed off. I just get a little. The only thing that really bothered me is the way Pooled Pencils was treated. They really pissed me off. I'm like, how? Because I started asking, like, well, how much longer can I be a parasite? I mean, and sleep at night. Because my whole thing is, you do what you can sleep with. If you can't sleep, don't do it. And that was like pushing, buddy. You were just saying, hey, Desi's coming on tonight. Don't walk from this one.
Yeah, no, I think
I wonder if I would have done it. I wonder if I would have done it. Here's another thing. I'm like, I really dreaded doing the Lolcow, for a variety of reasons. It was always just like I had to force myself to do it. But once I got on, it's like everything I do. I'm like, then I'm in it. I'm focused. Like I don't have that right now for the first time in a while, so I'm kind of relieved. I can just like flip on a stream or what have you. And it looks like we're kind of in a new generation for SFTP. Maybe Willie Mack will bite on that, and then I just want something with Smaggle or something, and just start at the bottom and build a new type of fucking cast. I think that'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say.
It's funny that this whole podcast kind of like created a I wouldn't say friendship, but like it retooled your interactions with Connor dramatically.
Oh yeah. Well, I don't think I ever hated Connor as much as you might have thought I did. I thought he was like, I still think to some extent, not as much, but I still think he's just a a big mouth kid that doesn't know what he's fucking talking about. But I never thought he was a bad person.
Yeah, and I don't like this whole retroactive shift of like all of Connor's editing that he did was bad, because that's not what they were saying at the time.
That's not true. I thought he was fine. And first of all, Connor's really benefited from this, right? He's making stuff now. He's getting his own attention. He's out arguing. Like the thing is, I made a few grand. Connor got his own platform.
Dude, Jamal woke him up, and he left the house. He like,
yeah. And my conversations with Connor, like, I would tell him, this is how you deal with Keem. This is how you do it. This is what you can do, what you can't do. And he always walked away. He never pulled Connor shit like, you don't know what you're talking about, old man. He never did that. He always gave me a fair shake. And then I kind of kept the thing afloat. He just, like, Keem literally, and I thought I had him safe. Keem literally woke up and just, I'm going to find a way to get rid of him. You didn't put it in the docket. Yes, he did. You know, like, there's not enough in there. It's fine. You know, there's nothing.
And it wasn't even his job to do the docket either.
Yeah, it wasn't even his job, and he did it anyway, and there was nothing wrong with the docket to begin with. It had everything that week that was in there. So it was just like, it's the same thing with the NDA. You know, it's like it was lights out. You know, that's just the way it was going to go.
He gave him a task with the intention to fucking can him.
Well, going back to what I said about Turkey Tom, people don't know why Baited broke up. This is why Baited broke up. This is it. It's just unilateral decisions by somebody you can't rationalize with or what have you. That's it. That's the answer. There's no secret. I remember Tom says, we'll probably never know. Yeah, you can know. You can watch my old streams. And you can listen to this. I just think I didn't have the credibility.
Yeah, because Keem said I could call, like I could talk on my stream while I was talking to him, but he didn't want his audio coming through. So it literally emulated you playing the audio of the podcast that never got released at the end of Baited. It's just me talking and like arguing with Keem and like yelling back and forth with him while they can't hear what Keem has to say. It's the same thing you did. Yeah. That's so funny.
Yeah, it is kind of funny. Like Smaggle's already got fucking ideas he's writing this week. Smaggle, be calm. I'm serious about
Smaggle, it. Smaggle, think of a podcast title. That's what you should be doing right now.
Yeah, maybe.
Look, he's already showing initiative. He's showing respect.
Yeah, he's excited.
This is why he won the poll on Twitter to replace you.
I haven't even talked to Willie Mack about it, but I think he's the right personality to be like that'll work. So, like, just calm down. It's not a thing. I know you're excited. And like the only person, because like I kept on thinking of Connor's or his appearances on Lolcow, right? And they were super, super fucking funny. You know, whenever
Smaggle is better than people give him credit for.
Yeah, I always thought so too. I would have put him on Shot from the Point if he's a little fucking rat and a snitch. You know,
I don't think Smaggle's a snitch. I've trusted him with some pretty fucking private information.
Well, you better be that way with me.
He's been very good to me.
I'm going to tell Willie, don't tell him shit. Just get him on there and have him be Smaggle.
I like bringing him on and like whipping him like a little fucking retarded child. But he does a lot of good stuff for me. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he does too. He was on the Mama Max thing. He was really good on too, because he never bought that whole Mama Max story, and he wasn't exactly a Tommy C fan. But I mean, let's see, what did he do the other day? Oh, it was just a couple weeks ago. He was calling me a Keem dick rider. So I mean, even though I'm like fighting.
Yeah, but Smaggle is like a troll. He's like, yeah, Keem dick rider, Tommy. Like you gotta read it. If you gotta read all of his messages in his voice, and then they make sense. You know, he does this to me all the time. And I'll jump in there. I'll be like, not this time, fucker, or whatever. And like, okay.
Yeah, he's always like calling people out.
He always fucks with you when you're amped up on purpose. That's part of his charm.
That's true. Maybe that's why I want to do it. Maybe that's why I want to do it. So yeah, we'll look into that. Yeah, it would be crazy funny if you could pull it off. But
100%.
Where did you get that amazing picture of? Oh, that's his wrestling gear. Logan Paul. Oh, that's so.
Oh, funny. I just Googled a picture of Logan Paul and it came up. I was unironically, I didn't have Lolcow on my docket tonight, and it was 4 hours of Lolcow basically.
Oh, that crazy Pokemon card in there. That's just such a funny picture. That's too funny.
Yeah, did you watch any of that stuff with the CoffeeZilla video where he's getting sued?
No, not yet.
Oh wait, you might be interested in this. Do you remember when we heard about defamation insurance? You might not, because it was light. But
no, I think so.
Scott Schaefer was telling us how all these YouTubers have started getting defamation insurance, and to me, it sounded a little bit like volcano insurance. You know what I'm talking about? It sounded a little bit like, yeah, okay, they're gonna cover you up to $1 million. Yeah, that's cool.
Landslide.
So what happened was
sinkhole insurance.
Yeah. So apparently, I don't know if Carl has this or somebody overseas who's been sued has got this or whatever. But CoffeeZilla went to his like person and they go, hey, yeah, so there's only one there's a broker. Hey, there's only one policy you can get from one company, and that's all there is. Take it or leave it. So he goes, okay, sure, I'll take it. And he was giving like tens of thousands of dollars to this company or whatever for this insurance. So he puts in a claim because someone sent him a cease and desist, and they handled it, sent a message back, and it didn't turn into anything. But then they massively upcharged him for the next, because it's like getting into a car accident, not necessarily your fault, but we're gonna take our chances. But apparently they renegotiated the contract, and his broker didn't read it, and they basically said that we'll cover you for incidental mistakes, but we will not cover defamation suits. And it's called. He thought it was quote unquote defamation insurance. So he's been paying for 3 years for insurance that doesn't cover him.
Doesn't cover it.
Yeah, and then he gets so Logan Paul threatens to sue him for a couple tweets of saying like the crypto zoo victims and such. And then it's like, oh yeah, sorry, we're just not gonna cover you.
Lucky him. So what's he got to do? I guess he got to put the money himself, huh?
Well, I'm assuming some fucking guy's gonna pay it. That's a big lawsuit for YouTube. You know, just fucking gooning somebody for defamation. And it's a crypto scammer doing it. No, he's gonna get crowdfunded. If Carl can get his money, he's gonna get his money. He's gonna get some big sponsors the next few months through somebody's big MCN or whatever, or not MCN, but
it's really funny that fucking Logan Paul he's a psychopath like the rest of them, huh?
Like I wouldn't be surprised if somebody like Ludwig bankrolls him.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I wouldn't be surprised. It's a big enough deal. You know what I mean? The thing is, I don't think us guys have to. I think somebody's gonna pay his legal bills. That's what usually happens when because this is pivotal.
I think like Logan knows he's going to lose. It's
like
a matter
the first guy who gets sued for a major copyright or fair use type thing is going to get flooded with like hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Sure.
And I just quick scope somebody as John Wick.
That's one thing that what's his name, Ethan, did right is he kind of set the tone for that. So, you know, the YouTube fans are interested in protecting the platform. They'll go far. They'll give you $1 million. You know, if they have it, you know, the YouTube crowd will do that. And yeah, I have to give Ethan Klein a little credit on that because people were really behind him, and I imagine CoffeeZilla too.
Yeah, so. Ethan Klein coming up too just drives me insane because it's like everyone knows this is how I am with people, and it's like with Ethan Klein, I've had tons of problems with Ethan Klein over the years, and unfortunately for people who hate Ethan Klein, he's been pretty right for the past calendar year. I would say. I think he's been pretty good for even more than the last calendar year. So it turns into like this thing where it's like, oh, even Nick's defending him. Like, oh wait, Nick's defending him again. It's like, yeah, I'm defending him out of like principle. Yeah, cause I think this whole thing is funny because he's like a completely different person than he was 2 years ago. And I'm not gonna just like I'm not Jeremy. I'm not just gonna come out here and lie because you guys don't like him. You know, like he's right.
Was he starting to show this prior to the Hassan thing, or was it?
Yeah, he had like a good debate against was it Candace? No, he had like a couple like 3 good debates in a row, but they were still kind of left leaning stuff, so our community didn't really cover him. But it started to point out where he started like. But I think he started. I think when he lost weight, he got happier.
Oh, probably. It's probably.
And the other big thing that people don't like to talk about is they now have a button that they paid $10,000 for that they legitimately, like that legitimate radio broadcasters use, so they can cut time off the air. So if he says something retarded, they have a team of people deleting it.
That's one of the reasons Stern went to Sirius Radio, because he didn't want to. That was a big thing with Opie and Anthony too. Yeah, it's called the delay button. So you can smack it, and then all of a sudden you just like cut. And if you like, there's so much delay you can use. And I remember with Opie and Anthony, if you cut too much delay, they had a guy sit there with a button if it went too far. And then if you ran out of delay, it cut right to a Van Halen record.
Yep.
They're like da 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 da. And Opie and Anthony used to play that through the thing. They'd say some kind of edgy, and you hear da 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 da. It was like a meme or a goof.
Yeah. I can't help but think if Keem takes that offensively now. Now I'm just wondering.
Like, who cares? Yeah. Well, I gotta be honest with you. He's been doing some legit funny stuff, like that guy that you were criticizing, that made that hit piece video on him, lying about him.
Yeah, King of Nothing.
Yeah, King of Nothing. Like a lot of the stuff that he was pointing out. Like I don't like Ethan's content. I never thought it was that great, And then I was watching like King of Nothing. It's like boy, Ethan's gotten pretty funny.
Yeah, that's the thing is when you watch somebody
great,
dude, it's like you're watching like it felt like I was watching a Trish reviewer because that's probably where he got that research from. Grandstand about it. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? This is an insane argument. Like the dad section in particular was crazy. But yeah, no, it oh, I was gonna say something with King of Nothing. Fuck, I totally forgot. But yeah, I don't know. It's been a wild ride with drama. I mean, people flip-flop around a lot, but I like to think that it's for good reason. I don't know. The people like Jeremy drive me nuts, who are just obviously like political tools at this point on social media. They don't have any actual opinions anymore.
It's so weird. Like he kind of volunteered for it, you know? I mean, he's
well, it's money.
Like,
it's not weird.
I don't know. I mean, I think he really, you know why I think he really, remember when he really freaked out over the gay guys adopting a kid?
Yeah, that was weird, especially when he posted the censored picture that made it look like he was like sucking a nipple.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah, that was fucking crazy. That was an insane tweet that he made.
When he did something that crazy, I think he's like legitimate. You know what I mean? I think with his
then maybe it's just like when Elon released the ability to like say this stuff publicly, then he like released the Kraken, I guess, and then he could just be himself more. And it's funny because I remember Jeremy as like a bastion of like defending creators and stuff like that. Like that's like everyone always sold him that way too. It's just like, this is Jeremy. He's done. You might not like his politics, but he's done a lot of stuff for creators. In the last 6 months,
you know what happened there?
Creators.
He can't get his wife pregnant so much, so he can't. I don't know if it's him or it's her or it's.
People were mad at me for making a joke about that, but I did it under a tweet where he was calling Pokimane childless. I'm like, that's funny. Childless woman.
Yeah,
where's your kid, 40-year-old man? What are you? Oh, what's going on, buddy? Not working. I would try. I said on my other stream they were calling me out for it. I said, why don't you adopt a black kid? So at least when you say something racist by accident, you don't have to point to a fake black dad. You can point to your black son.
Yeah. That's something I would never make fun of somebody before. But
but he does it. He makes fun of other people for it.
And Pokemon's what, 25, 26? Of course she's childish. There's plenty of time. You know, it's like
I think she's like 27 or 28 or something. But it's like,
so what?
Yeah, I don't know. It's.
I got news for you too. People girls like Pokemon that have a lot of money when they're young don't get married anyway. So it's probably not going to have kids.
It's a bet. It's certainly a bet, but it's just like I don't want to hear it from 41-year-old man. I don't.
Women like her, like, cause think about it, women like Pokemon. Like, look, women. It's just instinctual. I'm not saying this is like, oh, women are money grubbers or what have you. Women marry up naturally. They marry up.
Yeah.
Who's she gonna marry up to?
XQC, dude.
Everybody she knows.
XQC.
XQC. Yeah, he knows better.
And it's like, I hate being put in all these positions because these guys force me to defend Pokemon all the time. People are like, Nick's always the guy to defend Pokemon. It's like, yeah, because I have to defend him against the crazy allegation because she said that she felt bad for Dr. Disrespect's kids when they grow up and see that he did all this shit or something.
Completely legitimate.
And they're like, don't talk about his kids, like implying that she implied that he was gonna rape them or something. And I'm like, you're a piece of shit for this. Like, this is so weird. You don't have any kids. Don't talk about his. It's like, Jeremy.
You can't do that. Here's the thing about Pokemon. I do think that she is a vapid, money-grubbing psychopath. There's no doubt about it. But she does, you have pointed out over the years, that she gets, like, people accuse her of stuff that she didn't say or they
It's like King of Nothing. There's so much bad press about her that it gives her the, like, you're almost put in a position where you have to defend this person that you don't like.
Yeah, I agree. I think you should. But she, like I try not to forget how, like, the way she treated Bovax. Like the way she treats it. Yeah, like the kind of some of the stunts she pulls where she plays Mrs. Incident. She's one of these people, like, I like to be respected feminist and then innocent. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing, girl. She shifts back and forth all the time. Yeah, but 100%. When she makes an observation and they try to turn it into like some kind of deplorable action, it's you gotta stick up for her. Yeah, for sure. If we're gonna sit there and like, hey, jokes are funny, like to quote Vito, when people make jokes or observations that are not like completely insane, you got to stick up for him. I even Pokemon, but she is. I'm sure. I hope XQC's smarter than that because that's the only thing. And she's never marrying train wrecks.
Train wrecks, dude. Could you imagine she fucking marries a degenerate gambler after all of that? I could see that. I could see it.
In this world, in our world, why not?
I could see it, dude. Pokemon's fucking, like, she'll go on a crazy alt-right arc or whatever and then marry a gambler. That's where she's going. I mean, dude, it's 2024. Who knows? This is the best year of drama in history.
It's 2016.
There's a banger drama that blows 2016 out of the water every week.
It really kind of does.
It's been 3 days since there's been a big story, and this feels like a lull. That's how accustomed we've become.
It took fucking 8 years, though. You know.
Yeah.
I still like 2016 better because it was a little more innocent. I think that's my that's my one problem with this year. Is like I'll still say 2016 is better. There was an innocence about 2016. There's something more fun. The drama here, why it's been good.
No, we've had so much non-pedo shit this year.
There is that, but it's just
there's a normal year's worth of non-pedo drama and pedo drama.
Yeah, I would definitely it took a dip. It took a dip, and I think it only took a dip because the public got sick of it.
But dude, if the pedo stories are like the Mr. T Lexify DMs, I want more of those. Those are funny. Did you read those messages on stream?
No, I saw the one thing when he was trying to kiss her.
No. So basically, she said that. So he turned around and said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna call me a pedo? Then why'd you leave me for a 17-year-old?" And then, and then he posted like 6 minutes of uninterrupted logs of him being like, "I would love to lick the cum out of your pussy. I'll even fuck you afterwards. Oh, can we just be together or whatever?" It was like the craziest shit I've ever read. I like when she's calling him a mediocre white man. That was mediocre white man. Yeah, he's like, you know why I'm dating Lawrence? And he's like, why? And he's like, because he messaged me and said he beat off to my Instagram 5 times in a row, and I've never had a man show me that much attention before in my life. And he's like, I do that too, honest. I jerk off to all your pictures. Like, and she's like, it's not the same.
No, he didn't do anything criminal.
I don't know. There's other shit that's in there other than that. But I mean, they did a lot of like. There's a lot of like DDLG messages that got leaked too.
What's that mean?
So you know the "you're worth getting arrested for" message for Ed.
Say that again?
You know the "you're worth getting arrested for" message that Ed posted?
Oh, there's a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of that. Yeah, there's like no more underage pussy for you tomorrow. Ooh, like there's a lot of weird. She posted a lot of weird logs. I don't know, but again, he's 19 at that point.
Oh, really?
Or I think maybe 20 at that point because she's at that point 17. Like there's a 3-year age gap. I don't know. People are like, well, I don't think it's the age gap that's bad. I think it's the fact that he's a fan. It's like, okay, but you can't just. Okay, you can't call him a pedophile because he's dating a fan. You kind of have to condemn the age gap. If you don't condemn the age gap, you can't call him a pedophile.
No.
You can't have that both ways.
The thing is with the creator thing, like the whole you can't date your fans thing. I got news for you. Like 90% of the young guys are gonna end up marrying their fans. I got news for you. That's just the way it works. Like if you work at an auto shop, you're gonna end up being around the women that are at the auto shop. If you work online, you're gonna be at the women that are gonna be online. It's just the way it works. Fucking, you're gonna either marry a YouTuber or a fan. So, I mean, hopefully they're over the age of 18.
Oh fuck, that's
that's just the way it works. Jesus, morning is audience. All right, I'm gonna let you go. I'm getting like absolutely bombed. Even Connor responded to me.
All right, peace out, buddy.
And Cabos responded too. He's
Wait,
like,
what?
Cabos, this is such BS. You can't take the show the actual job and the shares and not pay people accordingly. Really shitty. Everything verbal contract, a gentleman's contract, such a bad look. It isn't how real business gets done. Yeah. Well, it's like Cabos is like my hero because he managed to navigate Keem better than everybody.
Yeah, because Keem was defending to me on the phone. He was defending the shares. He goes, well, I guess I'm a bad person then because I went with what Jordy said. Can you say privately, did he ever mention the shares? Do you think Boogie thought he had shares?
No. The first time I heard it was on vacation.
You didn't know about the shares until vacation?
No. He made it up.
No, but there was this notion of that there were shares for like the last 8 months. Like, I swear, I'm not being gaslit here. Everyone thought you guys were part owners in the show. We had multiple dramas where we're talking about it has to be a team kit. Maybe you thought it, but like, because you said, no, there's no way that's the case. Maybe you blocked it out. But we were talking in the beginning about how he said you guys were all equal owners.
All right, he did say that. That I remember clearly. We're all equal owners and nobody, because I said something, well, you can fire anybody. He's like, no. You'd have to get permission to fire me.
Yeah, that's what he fucking said. He lied completely about it. And he's like, this isn't fake drama. What is it then? What do you call that?
No, that's exactly what he said. But the word shares was I never heard the word shares. I heard part ownership. But I knew when Connor got fired that wasn't true. Because nobody agreed to it. Except him. Everything that was done unilaterally by him. So, therefore, de facto, there are no shares. there is no like he could like look, he's not paying me this month. He could literally say I'm paying you 5% this month.
Because all right, did he not say? Do you remember this? Do you not? Actually? Yeah. I think I already asked you this about how he said about where he was saying that like Wings of Redemption was leaking how much Boogie would have to get bought out for, which was fucking up like. People were finding out about how much it was worth.
All I heard him say was Boogie's leaking the financial information. That's what I heard.
I heard that Wings was leaking like how much it would cost to get Boogie out of his contract, and then finding out that this whole contract isn't even real on paper. Like
Wings believes the share shit. He actually believes the shit.
I asked Boogie, and then Keem kicked me out of the call before Boogie could answer. He went, well, and then I got kicked out.
Well, yeah, you got the call. No, but he believes the share stuff. Like Wings does. Like, remember I told you we had that thing on Thursday? He's like, Tommy, that shares thing, it's 100% real. And Wings like, yeah.
Wings said 60K. He said he would have to buy him out for 60K. Yeah,
it's
Sally says.
Fucking horseshit. It's just bullshit. There's no.
But he bought it.
Wings probably didn't lie. Wings probably didn't lie.
No, he probably believes Keem. He fell for it twice.
Yeah. Yeah,
I feel bad for that guy because he's honestly not done anything really wrong since this whole podcast.
I hope when things cool down. I love that Wings on a stream.
Oh, Boogie said that he'd play Fortnite with you, by the way. Still, if you want.
Oh, so I love Wings.
No, Boogie said. Boogie said he'd still play Fortnite with you.
Oh, okay. Well, it'd be funny. Yeah, like on their channel though or something. Yeah.
No, Wings. If you want to hear about phoning it in, I'm not saying that Wings was bad, but Wings was there for his paycheck, and that was it. That's the guy.
Yeah, pretty much. And that's fine. What I like about Wings. He said it.
He's business. Yeah, he's business.
He just outright said it. It was there. You know, like I was here. Like I was the laziest guy there. I was the one that fucking.
The only reason I go at Wings is I guarantee if he said, "Hey, why don't we just cut Tommy out and split this 3 ways instead of 4?" He doesn't do anything for the show. I guarantee all those guys would be like, "Fuck yeah, get rid of this guy. I want my extra."
Yeah, I think Wings. See, Wings was always pretty honest, being upfront. He's like, I'm more comfortable with Keem there. You know, he was like, he said that, nothing personal, which I believe. You know, because
Keem is the
big star there. Because Keem's the big.
How do you think this podcast would have gone if they actually went with DSP?
Here's the thing, with both those guys, if you wanted me gone because you didn't trust me to be able to carry it, okay, fair enough. But Keem's done so much damage to his reputation, and I don't know how many memberships he must have lost you. That you may end up by the time it's done, you might have been better off with me. You know? You know.
Well, we knew this wasn't going to be a good break. We kind of realized that he's going to take a hit when he kicks you off.
Yeah. Well, that's why he tried to say that I quit. That's why he tried to do the thing. Like,
I just didn't think we realized how much support you'd get.
Designed to make me the bad guy this time, and I didn't like last time. I basically sold him a rope to hang me. You know, this time I didn't do it. You know?
No, you just got on there because Smaggle was mad. He goes, "I wanted Tommy to spug more." Or whatever. Yeah. And he's like, I'm mad. And Tommy just got on and he's like, thanks, Keem. I appreciate the time that we spent working on this. And yeah, I think it's kind of shitty, but whatever. All right, we're moving on.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing my regular show tomorrow. Yeah.
Because it was like, if I really wanted to be like, that's the best move. Like for me, for everybody. Because if I go into it, then what happens is you start to exhaust the audience with your anger. And everyone's like, all right, Tom, you got kicked. Get over it. You know, that's what I heard during Baited. And I started thinking, well, maybe they were right. You know, so like, yeah, if I ever do it this, when I signed up to this, the day I signed up to this, I already had how I'd handle my exit plan, and it wasn't the same way as Baited. And I did it exactly like I thought I would. Now I just want my money because I'm going to call Keem a thief until he pays me because he stole my money. If I don't get that money on the first, he stole it.
Yeah, but isn't that kind of what he wants now, to fight back and then make content for the show?
I'm gonna wait to see. I'm gonna call. If he doesn't pay me, he's a thief, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna go on and see what Mr. Mixelplex or fucking Testify or whatever the fuck.
Mr. Testicle, yeah. Big drama today from Mr. T Testicle, dude.
Testicle, whatever his name is. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Yeah, he's a thief. He stole my money if he doesn't pay me. That's all not his money. That's my money. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.
Peace out, buddy. Have a good one. Oh, that was a good call. That was fun. Jesus. I titled the stream, Trying to Sneak into the Lolcow membership. Ooh, wee! Like the fucking... Niece Lone Wolf. Nick, I studied business. 5% is better than 30. Okay, Niece, listen to me. Listen to me. All right, honey, listen. Okay. So, you make 30% of the money you make on YouTube. True. Oh, you lose 30%. Yeah, you take a 30% cut. Okay, you make the 5% cut for Kick. Yeah. Okay. Most of Kick is bots, and I would lose 90% of my viewership if I started. If I lost my YouTube stream, all of the people who pay me to watch my shit here are not coming with me. I'm streaming to like 500 people, so the cut might be better, but I would make no money. I would make way less money. Fuck all platforms. Dude, Rumble could pay me 100% of the money. I still would never work there. I work where people are. All the people who are on Rumble are banned from all the other platforms, and they can't come to YouTube where people are to make money. Okay, this is where all the money is. It's a waste of time. Unless you're like a hardcore hobbyist with fucking virtuous morality. Okay, there's nothing for you on those sites as a full-time viewer. Maybe you want to archive. People use those sites as archival dumps for a reason. They're not sustainable business models unless you've already got an audience and there's nowhere else to go. No one would be happy to go to Rumble to watch me stream. Or no one would be happy to go to
Nicholas DeOrio.
Ever. In any circumstance. Listen, I love the idea of a alt tech platform. I love it. I've done this so many times though. I was there for Stream Me. I was there for DLive. I was there for Trovo. I was there for BitChute. Okay, BitChute streaming, if that even ever came out. Okay, it's not happening. You fucking go to YouTube or you get a job. Or you're very, very lucky and you're probably dealing with some awkward payment processor. But for the most part, you'd fucking stream on YouTube. I wouldn't even stream on Twitch for money. Twitch is a dying platform. Oh, Mixer. Mixer was the next one. Kick is the most formidable. But if Kick ever goes down, there's no... that's it. Kick is the last bastion for an alt tech platform. There's no other one. Storyfire. Oh, Storyfire. Storyfire. You want to talk about Storyfire? I clicked on Storyfire and it was loading ads of a Hitler speech yesterday. Bridge status, torch. Yeah, it's going to be a bloodbath tomorrow. I'm doing all that offline, though. I'm probably not even going to tell you about it. Because I'm going to have to take the brunt of this. I don't know. I stand by my decision to stream that call, or that member stream or whatever. If he wants to fucking strike it, whatever. Okay, cool. I'll just call him gay and we'll move on from there. I mentioned it to him twice that I was on, no, not even twice. I mentioned it several times that I was on stream when he called me and that they could hear me and not him. So as long as I delivered that, I can't in a fucking stratosphere seeing people get mad at me for this. Nick, your great plea for the community. The people need to know. Had a tear in my eye. That sounded kind of gay. I agree. But it's like, yeah, I think that people should know about this. I think that it goes against the spirit of your show where everything is supposed to be online to protect you. I think that's gay. To protect you and your decision to fire Tommy that I don't think is justified. When you do everything else and you want everybody else to come at your beck and call, I think it goes against the spirit of your own show to hide this from everybody else. And it especially fucks my audience because I've brought in several fucking people on your show. Now you tell me they're all terrible. But I brought in D-Max, who was terrible. I brought in X8, Connor, who's now an established YouTuber of his own merit. I brought in fucking Tommy. I was offered this job, and instead of telling me no, I don't want to work with Tommy again, Keem willingly chose to hire him to do this job, and apparently wanted to work with him again in the future. Okay, I got people this job, all right, and you're doing all this shit offline and private because you don't want to air this out publicly. You deserve to get some shit for this, in my opinion, personally. But whatever. Dude, think of it the other way. If this was favorable, if the Reddit was on his side, there'd be a week of streams about Tommy. Fuck Tommy, fuck Tommy, fuck Tommy. The fact that there isn't doesn't mean that you're off the hook. You lost this one publicly, and I think that it would be a huge fucking disservice to my own friends, other than you, to just pretend that it didn't happen. Oh, he deleted the tweet. Oh, God, he's going to be so fucking pissed tomorrow. Lolcow live. DSP dunking on... He left this up, but he's deleting all this. Keem is auditioning free labor. This show's a joke. Jesus. Christ. If you guys want to talk about it, go to Clip Live, our subreddit. They didn't delete it here. And we won't delete you if you hate us. We'll just delete you if you post, like, completely crazy fucking random shit that doesn't have anything... People were, like, promoting their fucking 10 sub YouTube channels on here. I will delete those. If they're about us, then you can keep them up. But if they're just like, hey, check out this video I made on Charlie, it's like, yeah, okay, you're not, you know. But yeah, we do commentary stuff here. Clip Live. Yeah. Nick shows the 4K chess himself live on stream several times, Boogie held a knife to his fucking wrist and could have got entire streams taken down that were some of the best content of the fucking platform ever fucking, like, conceived on Lolcow Live. So Keem's idea was, okay, surely we have to fire Tommy now. Oh, okay, it's that one. I thought that was when I was talking.
Hey, you're on.
Hey, what's up, motherfucking Smaggle Daggle?
Dude, I think I didn't talk about this before, but this is like a huge thing. I resurrected a dead YouTuber for this bit. We were talking on Xylie's stream about how to get Smaggle onto this call. So I was like, okay, so what we're going to do is do you get Flexecutive's info? The Flexecutive is dead, by the way. He's dead. So I said, get his profile pic, create a fake account, that's him, and go in that way. And then some people might recognize you, but no one will think it's you. And then I deployed Smaggle in as a dead person. Yeah, this is like he just voted for fucking Biden. Like... And yeah, he's like actually dead, like literally dead. He died of like a fent overdose or something, or I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't drugs, but he did a lot of drugs. This is the guy who said he got snowballed or whatever, and he like licked his own cum or something, to show how not gay he was or something. Like, it was a funny thing on Edwin's old streams. That's Flexecutive. So I sent him in as Flexecutive so he could possibly get onto the stream. That's a funny thing. And then he went in as Smaggle, so it didn't matter. They kept him on. I thought he died of cancer. I don't know. I'd have to ask Mango about that. But to be honest, I might wait like a week or two after this joke is kind of sat before I ask Flexecutive's friends how he died. Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be very happy with that bit. But does this clip have the second call-in too? Nick, look on Discord. Oh, okay. Let me see.
What's up?
What's going on, Smaggle?
What's up,
How are you?
Smaggle.
I gotta be honest here. The show is shit because you're an insecure pussy, dude. You are fucking insecure. Because
I don't listen to you? Because I don't...
Oh, God. I saw this one yesterday. This is funny, but... I thought the second... I wish we had the second clip where he brought him in and he muted. I do like the sadness in Keem's voice. Yeah, it contrasts with the sadness in my own. Oh, fuck. All right. Well, this was fun. It was a fun time. Honestly, I wasn't going to donate again, but using a dead YouTuber to get Smaggle the Lolcow deserves a donut. Thanks for the 5. Smaggle goes to battle. Yeah, he might be a big podcaster now. He seems pretty... Dude, Smaggle is making the most of his big break, and Lolcow did not want him. It's like, dude, the Lolcow Rejects and Willie Mac show. Dude, they have to make a podcast name. It's just like a Catch 33 thing, where it's like the Cowcast or something. Dude, wait, what am I thinking of? It's a farm. We have cows on the farm or something like that. It's the Cowcast. It's cows on the cast. We have cows outside. I don't know what am I referencing right now? I don't even know what this reference is.
You're gonna find cows outside.
No.
Dude, that's my favorite delivery of anything ever. We're gonna find cows outside. That was the dude. We're on the cow cast. You're gonna find cows on the cast. You guys thought I was having a fucking seizure or like a stroke or something. No, it's a reference. I swear I'm not crazy, guys. This is the best delivery I've ever seen, dude. That's called cow tipping. Did you guys ever watch Back at the Barnyard?
Ask you nice enough?
I don't respect you.
Oh no! What am I gonna do?